Now, before we get started, I'd like to remind you that if you buy FluentCRM using my affiliate link, you get 20% off. The link to that is in the video description below. Use coupon code MAK20. All right, let's get started with hidden feature number 1. Okay, so for hidden feature number 1, we're going to come over here to FluentCRM. So as you can see, I've already gone ahead and installed FluentCRM. So it's over here on the contacts. So here is where you see the whole list of all your contacts. So the feature here is when you click on the customer's name, you have this tab called Purchase History. Now, this is really cool because you can actually see what the customer has purchased. So let's say you get an email and the customer says they haven't received their product or something is wrong with their purchase. You can easily go in and see what they have purchased, and all that is in the purchase history. So it makes your customer services much easier as you run your website. Now, remember, this works with WooCommerce. Now, before we move on to the next one, I'd also like to remind you that over here, you can also add some notes. So let's say you've given the customer maybe an extra bonus or whatever it is. You can add your notes here by just clicking on Add New. Then you can just type what type of note it is. So here, it could be a call, it could be perhaps maybe a meeting, an email, or whatever it is. So you can just make your notes in here. And once you've added your notes, you can save the note and pretty much you are good to go. Every time you go back in and take a look at that profile, you will know what would have transpired. Okay, so let's move on to hidden feature number 2. Now, this one works with WooCommerce as well. So let's dive in and let me show you. So here I've already gone ahead and created some tags. So if I come over here to tags, you notice that I have these 3 tags. So I have refunded and customers. So now let's go to my products on WooCommerce. So I'm going to go to all products and take a look at all my products. So let's say I go to VIP member. If I click here on edit and then scroll down, you notice here on the product data, we have FluentCRM. So what we can do here is we can add our tags right here. So this is why you're supposed to create the tag first. So here we can add a tag called customers. And if we refund, then the tag refunded will be applied automatically by WooCommerce. So this now takes us to the next level where we can create automated emails based on the tags. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm just going to save what we've done here quickly, and then let's go ahead and create our automation. So I'm going to come over here to FluentCRM, click on automations. So let's create new automation here. So now I can say my automation needs to start when a tag is applied. So I'm going to come over here, hit continue. In fact, we need to give it a name. So I'm going to say new customer, click on continue. So our automation funnel here is going to start with this tag called customers. Okay, so I've just applied that. I'm going to hit save changes here. And this is our entry point. This is how our funnel is going to start. So let's say I need to send a welcome email. So I can just click here on send custom email. Let's call this welcome. Okay, we can add our email contents in here. So pretty much that's looking good. Now I can save settings. I can expand this by clicking even more options, conditional logic, and all of that. Now, here's the thing. We can also create another one based on a refund. So I'm going to come over here to automations as well. Click on new automation. And again, this one here is on tag applied. So I'm going to come over here. So refunded. I'm going to hit continue. And like before, make sure you have your refunded tag in and then hit save changes. Now you can go in and add everything that you need to add. For example, maybe this is a custom email explaining the refund process and notifying your customer that you've refunded them. So this is how you can initially add tags when someone buys or someone refunds and then create an automation. So that's the second hidden feature. Let's move on to hidden feature number 3. So hidden feature number 3, it works with importing content onto our CRM. Let's dive in and let me show you how. So over here, again, we're going to go back to FluentCRM and let's take a look here at the contacts. So if I go to all contacts, this is where all my contacts are going to be. So before, when we used to hit import, we could only import from a CSV file, but now we can import from Wishlist Member. We can also import from LearnDash and all the other programs that work with FluentCRM. So in this case, if I wanted to import from Wishlist Member, notice what happens. I'm going to click next and I can choose the membership level. I can also select the tag. So let's say the tag is customers. I can even add more. So I can import all my membership levels add all my tags, and all this data is going to be in our CRM. So as you can see, this is a really powerful hidden feature. Let's move on to hidden feature number 4. So number 4 is to do with A/B testing in our emails. So I'm going to come over here to all campaigns and create a brand new campaign. So here I am going to say create campaign, and this is going to be test A. I'm going to hit continue. All right, so over here, we can just add our content, and also we can go in, let's say, for example, add a button in here. So let's call this test button. Okay, great. So I have my test button here. The next step now is to hit continue. I'm going to add my email heading. So let's say test A, or heading test A. So here's a little hidden feature. If you click here on A/B testing, this is where now you can add your heading test B. Okay, so once you're done with that, if you go to the next step, what happens now is when my emails are sent out, the system will send 50% of my emails to heading test A and 50% to heading test B. So depending on how they perform in terms of open rates, this is where the system will decide which heading is better than the other. So this is hidden feature number 4. Let's move on to hidden feature number 5. So hidden feature number 5 is the email preview. Sometimes when we design our emails, it's quite difficult to see what it's going to look like once everything is ready to be sent. So let me show you how this preview works. So let's start a new campaign here. So let's call this preview. I'll hit continue. So I'm going to start adding all my content here from my email. So let's add an image. I'm going to select my image here, upload. Oh, in fact, I might have an image in my media library. Okay, so let's go with this one. I'm going to select it. So that's my image. Might need to reduce this a little bit. So I'm going to come over here to image size and go for medium. Okay, so that's a much better size. Fantastic. So next, I'm going to add a button in here. So I'm just adding different elements so that we have an idea of what this email content looks like. So I'm going to say test button. So if we're wondering, okay, how does this email look once everything is ready to be sent? There's this little button right here. You see that eye icon? When you click on that, it gives you an idea of what your email looks like. So this is our email preview, and this is what the receiver gets when we send them the email. So this is a really neat little feature, and this is really cool. So these are my 5 hidden features in FluentCRM. What features do you know that I haven't mentioned here? Please leave them in the comments box below so I could do perhaps a follow-up of the hidden features in FluentCRM. All right, guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again in the next one. Take care.